this tutorial is going to cover how to convert any regular font and add rhinestones to that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a blank page. And so in the previous two tutorials, we covered actually using the text tool using our pre-made rhinestone fonts. There is a way that we can use regular fonts and convert them to rhinestones. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and type out something here, Bradley Hand, because I'm going to actually use that font as my example. So just choose whatever font that you want to. This is not going to work with everyone. You'll after playing with this tool, you'll be able to get a feel for what it actually can and cannot handle. But I'm just going to show you the process. There we go, Bradley Hand. I have my Bradley Hand font. It says Bradley Hand on here. So once you have it sized exactly how you want to, so this is like, let's go ahead and make this exactly 8 inches wide. Once I have that exactly the way I want to, I click on it, and then I go to bitmap, convert to bitmap. And I think I want a 300 dpi because I want it nice and crisp. So I hit OK. So what that does is it actually makes a photograph. It's like a photograph now. This is no longer live active text. This way I can go ahead and I'm going to go to trace bitmap, and I have to be selected on that for that option to come up. Trace bitmap. I'm going to do a centerline trace and choose line drawing. It's going to bring up this. What this is doing is it's creating a vector path along my font. Like it takes the center point of this and makes a vector path. So you see how it's doing that down here. So I want to remove background. I'm also going to choose it to delete original message and hit OK. So what this did is it traced that photograph of the words and gave it a centerline trace. So you can see that it's not perfect by any means, but if I come here and add rhinestones to this, it's going to add it right along this path. And so I do have overlapping rhinestones in here. That's not a problem. I would just adjust my stone size like any other vector shape. I can still choose my remove overlapping rhinestones, which does it all at once. I don't think that I would recommend using this tool when you're trying to do this, because your fonts really do need to be legible. And see, it just went through and removed all those at once, so we kind of have some holes in here. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my standards back to here so we can see what's going on. So in this case, I would just come through here and manually tweak it using my rhinestone tool. Oops, oopsies. Hold on my shift key. I want to make sure I'm selected on this. So, no, it's adding. I don't want to add it. I want to be, there we go. Now I got it. So I can manually come in here and tweak this. This, of course, is not as fast as using the pre-made fonts, but you can see that it is effective in the fact that we could technically go through our entire font list and use what we wanted to use. This is great too, especially if you're using or trying to do someone's like company logo where they use a specific font all the time. So this is how, see, this is actually with minimal tweaking here. You can see how well that actually works. So that's how you can do that. I just want to show you real quick what would happen if we just took the font as is and try to add vector, or try to add rhinestones to it, just to show you. So I'm going to get my Bradley Hand here again. Let's go ahead and center this guy. And I'm going to make it the exact same size so we can put it side by side. So if I am to add rhinestones to this, which I can, I'm going to view this in wireframe. The issue that we have here is that it's going to add rhinestones to both of these paths since we didn't do a centerline trace. So let me go back to enhance. So when I add rhinestones to it, here it's thinking about it because it's got to add. I think it's adding quite a lot. There we go. So you see how it wants to add rhinestones to both the inside and the outside. So you can see how much red we have going on here. I can come in here, of course, and choose the remove overlapping rhinestones, and it actually doesn't look too bad here. So this is the difference between doing it this way, where you do the bitmap, where you convert it to a bitmap and then do a centerline trace, and doing it straight from the vector path. So it works either way. Both ways are going to need a little bit of tweaking, but that's how you can do this.